So I got all I needed. I got all the windows I need. And some flashing, free flashing. I was actually working on the fascia board at the house and I didn't have the long enough piece. And I got what I need right there. It always is provided for you. The solution is always there. Whatever problem you face, there's always a solution. Hello? Because think about it, AAA, they know the problem, people needing a backup system, right? I wonder what that was cracking. That's that piece of fascia right there. AAA started their business because of people needing security on the road, you know. Insurance, you know. I hadn't locked my keys in my car in 30 years, 20 years, and I locked them in the car the other week, and I called AAA, and he came out 15 minutes and opened the door. I'm telling y'all, I get free stuff every day. Today I got a electronic air fryer for free. All these windows and fascia board for free. Screen windows underneath the bottom there. I should have put the screen windows on top. It's probably been in the metal, but that's all right. I could take my channel lock, my pliers and my side cutters and bend it back. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. I could actually build a closed-in front porch with all this stuff. Everything I just got in the back of here, I could build a closed-in front porch with some windows. You know, I've already accomplished my goal. My goal in life was to decode the matrix back to source, and I did that. Cut, turn, union, flow. It's a fractal hologram. Everything's happening right now, and everything that's happening here is happening where you're at. It's all one big fractal holographic storyline. And it's a worship service, but it's also a revelation. So just like from Genesis to Revelation, Jesus is being revealed. So also, there's a revelation when it comes to who you're supposed to be with. Every day it's starting to be revealed who you're supposed to be with, marriage-wise. Every day it's starting to be revealed, should you just stay single. Every day it's starting to be revealed your path, your career, your job source. So it's all instead of thinking time as linear, think of it as a revealing or a revelation, because that's from Genesis to Revelations, revealing Jesus. And so that is the archetype of even here. God is revealing something to you. He's revealing your calling or your side job, or, you know, what you like to do, or who you're supposed to marry. It's all a revelation, a revealing revelation. You see? It's all a revealing. I don't even know what time it is. Looks like it's 5:30. I think my clock's wrong on this. A revealing. Where you're supposed to be, what your calling is, what your gifts are, I want to say duty, but yeah, duty's in there too. What is your duty down here? It's all a revealing thing. So God, just like God was revealing Jesus over the ages, 7 dispensations, God is revealing Jesus to each one of us, that He's holding it all together, Colossians 1 and 2. And so God is revealing all things, but it goes back to how much you want to be, how much you're willing to be obedient and submissive and take up your cross and seek the truth, because what we might think is the truth, the Bible's going to correct us, or a Bible teacher is going to correct you. And if somebody studied the Bible their whole life, and that's all they live for, you ought to listen to them. Look how they put a pallet on the back of that truck to put their tools in the back. If somebody's revealing the truth, and that's all they've studied their whole life, you ought to listen to them, and you ought to ask questions, and you ought to ask them to do a video about it. Say, can you do a teaching on that? I got a question, can you do a video on that? A video on that. It was given to me freely, so I'm giving it out freely. It was given to me freely, so I have to give it out freely. A lot of these truths you'll never hear anywhere else, because people don't want to do the work. People don't really, and it's not a whole lot of it. I mean, it's meditation work where you're comparing line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. But once you get at a certain level, it starts revealing itself. And today I thought about the revelation thing, the revealing. So that revelation or revealing is applied everywhere across the board, because that's what this whole thing's about, revealing Jesus to the world. The whole world will be filled with the glory of God. So it's all about revealing what Jesus did on the cross. It's already here, but people can't see it. And those of us have the gift to reveal it, they think we're crazy. They call us insane. They call us crazy. If you say, hey, I get a download from God, they'll say, oh, that sounds like New Age. No, it ain't. They stole it from us. Everything the New Age says, they stole it from us. They change it. They say Christ consciousness. No. It's the mind of Christ. You must be born again and you get the mind of Christ. The truth will not contradict itself. So the New Age is the Antichrist, which they would say Christ consciousness. And I can understand how they got there. And yes, we're conscious of everything is about Christ. So in a way that is true, but the way they mean it is, you're God. But you must be born again. Christ in you. Jesus is in you. Colossians 1:27, Christ in you, the hope of glory. You have no hope of glory without being sealed with the Holy Spirit. And without the Holy Spirit, you have no hope of glory. My sin is so bad in my lifetime that I'm willing to spend and be spent for the church, even the hardest ones, even the hardest cases. Some of the hardest cases, cross your path, and it just like gut-wrenching. It's like, come on, this is gut-wrenching. I've talked to somebody recently so much that I say their words. I can hear their voice in my mind. Come on. It's funny how you talk to somebody long enough, you start to talk like them and think like them and probably look like them eventually. It's a trip. It is a trip. I might even come across this contractor. He's giving me a price on this porch over here. I hope he's out. I hope he's there when I get there. The chances, I might be there long enough if he might show up after I get there, because I'll be there a while. I'm gonna unload all this junk by myself. Another man's junk is another man's treasure, right? So I got that air fryer for free. I got that dresser for free. I got all these windows for free. Some other stuff, I can't even remember all of it. I've got a lot of stuff for free, so I could start me a OfferUp business. There was one guy, he was making like $4,000 a month doing OfferUp, but he didn't have health insurance and all that. That's the problem with that. So the secret is store it all up, do one big move and sell, let them come in and give you a quote on what the best price. They can have everything in the storage if they want it for the best price, you know. Or you could just drive a truck for a living, sleep in the back of the cab there, and when you get home, just chill and do nothing. I like doing stuff in increments, you know. So okay, so here's a good example of what I was talking about the other day. So as soon as I turned this corner, my emotions went back to childhood. Now that's a stronghold, and so I recognize it. As soon as I turned that corner, my emotions went back to childhood. Now, if you can pay attention to those kind of things, you see the stronghold that was started in childhood. And to break that stronghold, you're going to have to do some serious prayer and fasting, and you're going to have to you're going to have to recognize where that was as a child, because your identity could be still tied into something in the past, you know. And so by going over here and doing some work, I've got to change my thinking from an old bloodline scarcity thinking away from scarcity into abundance. And I know this, not only scarcity, but being trained as a child, being around people that, oh no, it's the end of the world, it's not going to work out, oh, everything's going to collapse, oh, it's going to be trouble right around the corner, blah, 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 blah. That mindset from an unsaved lineage is so hard to break. Sometimes you have to disconnect from people just to break that. Or you have to surround yourself with other kind of people, or you have to just do some serious fasting and prayer and just memorize every verse and renew your mind so much you can't be, or join the military, or move away to another state or another country. Because when you're in another place, city, state, country, your thinking is like totally different. When you go back to your old place, there's like a little comfort feeling, you know. It's like a little security blanket, Linus, the blue blanket that Linus carries around, you know. And it's ridiculous when you start to catch. See, if you don't know it's there, you can't catch it. And one of the reasons that I changed all this, the way this whole thing looks over here, is because I'm breaking a stronghold. It's unrecognizable to the old patterns. And if you really do the inner work, every 2 months, you will become a new person. And somebody you knew 2 months ago, if they don't hang out with you for those 2 months, you will so they either change with you, or you change without them and they change without you, or you change and they stay stagnant. But if they stay stagnant, they're usually going down, because if somebody's not rising up, they're going down. And I know what I'm talking about because I took a year off to relax. And that was a mistake, because I started to go down, and it's hard to get out of that ditch. So now I'm doing fasting and prayer that I rise up exponentially, way faster than I did before. And I'm learning new tricks about quantum jumping to your new state. Like right now, these old memories are kicking in right now, and I have to be aware of that and change my stinking thinking. And one of the ways I'm going to do it is redo this whole front porch and maybe redo all this. Change it into something totally different. You know? So when you walk out, you have a new, your eye gate has something new in it, you know?